Hello, everyone, and thank you again for joining us for our February 1st Friday webinar. This month, we have our committee roundup, where we will be taking you through each of our 4 committees that we have for Northwest CoChairs. The 4 committees that we do have are membership engagement, communications, professional development, and the diversity and inclusion committee. We do have a few of the committee chairs here to talk to you about those. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our Diversity and Inclusion Committee.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Very excited to be part of the First Friday webinar. My name is Simone Staley, and I am one of the co-chairs of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee for Northwest CoChairs.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tiffany Firestone, and I am also a co-chair for the Diversity and Inclusion Committee along with Simone.
So a brief history of how we got involved as co-chairs. I have been appointed to the position since this past October and was a member of the committee since its inception, and being able to serve the projects work that we do as well as the annual conference. And we'll get into talking about all of that.
And similar as Simone, I was also involved with our committee since its inception. We're just reaching about 2 years old for our committee, and I've been a co-chair since last March.
A brief history of our committee charge so that you are all knowledgeable. We have only been as a member of Northwest CoChairs for 2 years as a committee, so we're still in our formative years. We were created to be in alignment with the diversity statement for Northwest CoChairs, and much of our committee is member-driven projects and initiatives, but we also have specific charges in partnering with the regional conference. Okay, so now we're going to get started on our overview of our current projects. The first project we want to highlight is the Photovoice project. This was driven by one of our members from the University of Washington, wanting to explore the experience of professionals in our field and region by using a Photovoice data collection tool. This is a qualitative research practice and a narrative-oriented engagement tool. It's rooted in feminist and critical consciousness theories, and that process is frequently cited by research to promote experiences of gender, race, class, and culture. As a committee, we were able to compile a survey and ask the region members to submit photos about how they experience the world and their profession with their identities. If you're coming to the conference in Victoria in 2 weeks, please check out the results during one of our conference sessions.
Thanks, Simone. We also have another project going on that is being led by another one of our committee members, and its goal is to provide short videos that connect the professionals in our region to each other and topics that support their identities and the students' identities that we work with. Our current project's goal is to address critical social justice issues in higher education through the stories of professionals at practice. This year's topic is witnessing student voice and focuses on the way we remain connected and responsive to diverse student needs on our campus. And we'll talk a little bit more about how that's going to show up and how we're beginning that project at our conference in Victoria as well.
The next charge that our committee is highly involved with is conference planning for the regional conference. We work in conjunction with our board liaison. Currently, that's the Washington State representative. And we work to provide insights and recommendations to attendees at the future conferences. We include inclusive signage and the creation of more opportunities at the conference itself, like the projects we've been working on. We also work to promote nominations for the Diversity Awards and making sure that programming at the conference fits into the diversity track. So you can check that out at Victoria 2 weeks from now.
Something we're excited to have up and running this year, which has been a goal of our committee since its inception, is to create a diversity resource bank or toolkit on our Northwest CoChairs website. So if you go to the resources tab on northwestacuho.org, and select the Diversity Toolkit from the drop-down menu, you can find a variety of media and reading resources under different identity themes. We are always in the process of compiling a list of those resources, and we add sections to the website as fast as we're able to. But if you don't see something up there, or you have an identity or a resource that you'd like to share with us, please let us know, and we want to make sure that we get those up there and published on the website so that we can provide that information for our regional membership.
We also are highly involved in promoting the Soundings blog. Now, we don't run the Soundings blog as a committee, but we're proud to have members who contribute to that content, one of them being myself a couple months back. We like to be able to promote members in providing topics related to identity, social justice, and inclusion, and ensuring that members are having the opportunity to share their voice to our region. And then another systemic project that we're involved with is trying to connect to our larger NWACUHO Association. Tiffany and I have been connected with the member engagement chairs of the NWACUHO Professionals of Color Network. And we're working to establish a relationship between their network and our Northwest NWACUHO region. This bridge will allow us to create a greater sense of community for our larger association. We do want people to get involved if they're attending the national conference. I know that I won't be attending, but if you are planning to attend a NWACUHO annual conference and exposition, our Professionals of Color Network would love to have representatives from our Northwest NWACUHO region. And if you're attending our annual conference in Victoria, we will have materials to pass out about the Professionals of Color Network and being able to promote this collaboration partnership. Okay, so switching gears a bit to our committee involvement at the Northwest NWACUHO Conference specifically. The first thing that we're excited to host is the Affinity Social. Now, this Affinity Social is going to be at the conference location. You can check the guidebook for more information. It'll be Tuesday evening at the conference. This is an opportunity for our members of underrepresented identities to have a space to interact and connect, and of course to be able to socialize with allies in our field. Our committee will be hosting this event, and there will be an opportunity for facilitated discussion as well as networking. Another thing that you're going to see at the conference that I've already spoken about is the Photovoice project. There's going to be a presentation titled A Gallery of the Northwest, Diversity and Inclusion Photovoice Project and Research Tool. So please be able to check that out on Tuesday morning. You can check the guidebook to make sure you attend that session and being able to see the photos of our region.
And to touch base on what the video project will be doing during the conference, we're excited to set up recording sessions where you all can come in and share a few minutes about your experiences and perspective in the field. So that video project is called Stories of Justice, Witnessing Student Voices. And we're hoping to have that set up during registration. So keep us in mind as you're checking into the conference. We'll be set up near registration from around 2 to 4 p.m. on Monday. And we will have some questions prepared for reflection. But if you want to come with your story and your perspective, we'd love to be able to record you and have that in our video project series. So we are going to, again, shift gears and talk a little bit about the involvement and opportunities to engage with our committee. We have sort of drafted some frequently asked questions that folks may want to know before getting involved in our committee. But if at any time you have questions that we don't address or things that you'd like to ask us about or projects you'd like to initiate, you can always email us at diversity@northwestnacuho.org.
Okay, so a little bit about how to get involved. We do have those monthly meetings, but you do not have to participate in each meeting to be involved. We want people to join our listserv to be able to send out meeting notes, updates, and information to everyone who is interested and also invested in our diversity and inclusion work as a region and as a field. So if you see somebody in your department that wants to participate, or you are looking to participate but may not be able to commit to monthly meetings within your work bandwidth, this is still something that we want you to engage with.
Yeah, and to expand a little bit more on what Simone just said, we recognize that a lot of people want to get involved in professional development and in their professional associations, but they might not have that time in their work week, or they might just not have the energy or balance to give to it at this time. And so we are open to having our member engagement in however they are able to participate. So we welcome folks that are just interested in reading our updates on our emails and providing some feedback over email, or folks that want to be more heavily involved with their energy. So we welcome anyone who's able to participate in however they're comfortable participating.
And if you know someone new in the field, reach out to them and encourage them to get involved in this type of representation on a committee. Being able to nominate someone in your department and reaching out to diversity@northwestacuho.org is the best way to get in touch with us to provide that encouragement and professional development to some of your colleagues, especially if they're new to our region.
If you're watching this or listening to this and you're thinking, none of those projects really sound interesting to me, or I don't really know how I'd get involved with that, that's okay. We are open to anything and any projects that people are wanting to see come out of our committee. So you might have noticed that when Simone and I introduced our current projects, that they're both led by two of our current members. And so if you have something that you are interested in engaging with, or a project that you want to try on, email us, talk to us. We are excited to be able to promote that to our region and kind of uplift people's passions and professional experiences they want to share. Through our committee, we are hoping to keep pushing our region to provide support and connection around diversity and our identities. And we have a lot of things that we're hoping to still do, and that could involve connecting and corresponding more about our Canadian and US cultures and institutions and the differences between them. And we're also hoping to connect Simone and I with your all's perspectives within your state, province, or institution. So please let us know. We are really open to however you all want to engage your project that you want to take.
So if you want to get involved, this is something that is sounding like a great opportunity for you. We do have a Google Form sign-up sheet, or you can email our diversity@northwestacuho email, and we'll send it your way and get you involved even before our annual conference in 2 weeks. Hey, Andrew, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you again, Tiffany and Simone, for presenting on the Diversity and Inclusion Committee. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a brief overview of the two of the other committees that we have that the chairs were not able to be present, but we do still want to highlight those in case you are interested in getting involved with either of those. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. All right. Here we go. So this is the main committee page, and I just wanted to bring this up so that I did put the link in our live chat, which is just right down over here. But on the committee page, you can see all four different committees that are listed here. One of the ones that we haven't gone over yet is membership engagement. One of the highlights, I think, of membership engagement that I think is really cool for our region is that we do have a 12-month mentorship program. And that link is just down here. And if you would like to get involved with that, whether you want to be a mentor or a mentee for someone, if you're new to the region, new to the profession, that is a great way to get yourself involved without maybe not being on the committee, but getting that first step in the door for helping Northwest Akuho. This committee is chaired by Leslie Bird from the the Kenai Peninsula College, and her email, or their email, is just right down here if you'd like to get in contact with them. One of the other committees that we have is the Communications Committee. This committee really helps out our communications director, and they help provide content for the website, social media, the Soundings blog, any listservs, any communication that goes out to the Northwest Akuho general body. Brock C. from Eastern Washington University, he is the chair for this committee, and you once again can find his email just down here at the bottom. And the last committee we're going to talk about is my committee, which is the Professional Development Committee. Our committee really focuses on any professional development outside of the annual conference, and a little bit even in the annual conference as well. But that's really what we are tasked with, and what we try to each month meet about and develop for the coming months and coming conferences or anything that's really upcoming. Our ongoing projects, first and foremost, is the First Friday webinar, whether that is presenting at it, finding presenters, finding topics. That's really kind of our show. We work with the board of directors to get all those different opportunities. One of the other big things that we work on is the pre-conference that happens at the annual conference at NWACUHO. This year we are having the pre-conference on Monday. There are two options. There's the Res Life panel, or as well as the CHO panel, or roundtable, I should say, sorry. But the roundtable is really up to you all. However you want to see this roundtable happen, you bring the topics, you bring the discussion, and it's kind of that idea sharing time. So whether you're CHO, SHO, and you want to go that route, or you're first time at Northwest CoChairs, or your 5th time, 10th time, and you're really looking at the Res Life side, we also have that roundtable for you as well. A couple of other ongoing projects. We're doing a lot of assessment around what opportunities that we're giving out to the region. So we're looking at past what we've done for First Friday webinars, what other conferences, drive-in, whatever other professional opportunities we're having, and where we want to go for the future. So it's kind of that transitional time of we're setting goals, figuring out where we want to go. And then one of the bigger projects that we're trying to work on is some type of online professional development training. Similar to other regions, they have kind of like the RELI, or the Regional Education Leadership Institutes, and we're kind of trying to go off that model. But since we're such a big landmass of a region, we're really trying to offer that online step, since that's more conducive for our region. Other things that we like to help out with, or that we would like to kind of get into, are writing for the Sounding blog. I know that the Diversity and Inclusion Committee talked about that, and we hope to kind of keep that up and contribute more to that, as well as if you just want to help out and send over some great professional development ideas. That's always something that we're looking for. And topics for First Friday webinars, if you want to present, if you have presenter ideas or topics, that'd be great. We usually try to have monthly meetings, usually on like a Friday or a Monday in the morning, just to go over and touch base, figure out what we're doing, and what we need to accomplish for the next month. But that's pretty much our conference, or our committee. Tiffany or Simone, did you have anything else to add, or any other clarifications?
I think what I would add is if you are interested in getting involved in professional development or in a committee, our region makes it really accessible and available for us. Even if you're not wanting to take on a leadership role like a co-chair, being a part of a regional committee, being a part of our committee is a really great way to get your feet wet, if you will. And so there are committee chair positions that open up yearly, and take a look at that. Talk to your institutions, see what they're willing to let you do with professional development. But we all have really enjoyed our involvement in our committees, and that's what led us to become committee co-chairs. And so it is definitely achievable and attainable if that's something that you're interested in doing with your professional development.
I would say a lot of our committees also, don't take up a whole lot of time outside of your professional day. If you're working 8 to 5, or Res Life, however your schedule looks. Even as a chair, I feel like we're doing a lot and trying to do a lot more. And I still feel like I can, a few hours, maybe a week, and that's usually getting done what I need to get done for being even a committee chair. And I don't think we ask much more of that for our committee members as well. We are always looking for more committee members, and we really can't get all the work done that we would like to, or the goals that we can accomplish, without more committee members. So if you have any questions, like I said, I put the link in our live chat for the committee page, and you can kind of check out some more information, get our emails, and get in contact with us. But I think at this time, we'll leave it open for a few seconds here for any questions that you may have. All right. Well, seeing that there are no questions at this time, I will highlight that next month we will have Dr. Jason Kilmer from the University of Washington presenting on alcohol and other his alcohol and other drug research and how it impacts college students, which I've heard is great. I have not personally heard him speak, but everyone who has told me about him says he is amazing. So please tune into that, and I will put the assessment for link in the live chat here for you. If you have any questions or concerns, please let us know. If not, have a great weekend.